York City.
I'm gonna say
You know,
this quick sit of a movie because I do
you
have to go
know,
to work.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when you used to walk down the street. People respect you. It's not like that no more. The Negroes they don't stay in the corner and sing the doo wop music no more. You know, that's not good. That's not good. We need somebody like Gotti to come in here and clean up all the riffraff.
Yeah, let me tell you something. A Bronx Still, I think D made the joke that this is basically the real version of how Robert De Niro grew up and stuff because just everything about the lead character was it Calagero?
Calagio.
Calagio.
Yeah, I gotta
Um,
be honest with you. I love that name.
yeah,
I
Calagio.
understand. I understand why he hated it, but I fucking love that name.
It is a movie that did he direct any other movies past this,
I'm
or
pretty
is this
sure he
the
did.
only one?
I'm actually about to look that up right now. I'm pretty sure De Niro
But
did.
this
He
was,
had to.
but this is a movie that's directed by Robert De Niro. Came out in '93. It is a very much an independent film, shockingly enough. But you look at it in the '90s, you couldn't really think that it wasn't an independent film.
The
But
fact that Studio Canal owns it now tells
mhm,
me everything about this being back in the day indie. you
yeah,
know
'cause
what I
this was
mean?
De Niro's production studio that did this.
Mm-hmm.
So a Bronx Tale it's a basic movie, but when you have all these good actors, from De Niro down to was it Chaz was it Paul
I
Mentoneri?
cannot do not get me to
Paul
messing up
Menteri.
his name.
Paul Menteri.
Yeah,
Chaz Paul Menteri. Who's been in a lot of mob movies, low key. He's been in
of
Sopranos. He's
course.
been in a lot of the ones and stuff. Um, and then you got freaking Lilo Bricanto, who prior to this, I seen him in. Well, I think after this, he did Renaissance Man. I think, or it might have been the same year because I know both of these movies came out like 93, 94. But anyways, he's been in a couple of other stuff. But I know in terms of him, the infamous thing that I think Eris pointed out in the videos and stuff is that as with a lot of people that don't get a lot of gigs and stuff, he got into a bit of trouble with Johnny Law and had to serve some jail time and shit. Um,
Yeah, I mean, and it is, just it happens to kid actors and all that. But he was 17 at the time. I think he was like 16 or 18 when the
yeah,
movie came out. But
yeah,
He
I
was 17 when they made the movie.
yeah.
yeah, I think outside of Terrell Hicks who played Jane, you really didn't have nobody else outside of Pesci for me.
Francis Capra, who, if you know him, Kazam, that
That is the kid
Thank
from Kazam.
the
you.
kid from Kazam.
Thank you. The
This was his
whole
first
time
movie.
I was looking at that, I was like, "Who is? I know this kid."
You want to know? Guess what his second movie was?
Free Willy too.
Yep.
I know. No, I was actually going to say Leprechaun, but I was probably
No,
totally wrong.
No, that's the wrong kid.
yeah, Free
Yeah,
Willy too. And I remember Free Willy too because I actually watched all three of those films.
Don't feel bad. I'm right there with you.
It's a thing.
I still have the clam shells of both of those movies.
It's a thing.
hey, D is proud to say both y'all niggas gay because I only watched the first one and I ain't watched.
Hey, let me tell you something, D. You can like D. You can hop off a cliff riding a cock. All right, we were all kids when these movies came out.
Okay,
gotta be
okay. So
honest.
first off, hold on. Let's give Eris points because he matched my homophobia with even more homophobia.
Oh man, back when Jason Jane Richard was on Tiger Beat covers and all the girls were loving him.
Tiger Beat.
Hey,
Sorry, I wasn't ready for
Stop.
that. I wasn't ready for that.
All right, all right, all right.
that
So
kid, all these white kids that we're talking about right now were on front covers of Tiger Beat because they were like the teen hot throbs and shit. And he
No,
was,
I mean you ain't
hey,
lying.
old boy in this movie was on the front cover, dead ass serious because I mean, what are you gonna sit there and tell you? 17 years old, girls love him. What the fuck you gonna do? It's like, hey,
and
throw him up
I
there.
act like
So,
a little mobster. I got my
yeah,
head
yeah,
slicked back. The
it
kids
is.
like it. Look, anyway. But Eric, I mean Eris, Chris.
Yeah.
This is De Niro's.
Oh,
De Niro has only directed two movies. He directed this movie, A Bronx Tale, fantastic film. The other movie, The Good Shepherd. Eh.
Is that the one with the lawyer?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one with lawyer. Matt Damon was in it.
Matt Damon.
Um,
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I was looking at that the other day, And I watched the extended cut, and all of a sudden, no bullshit. Ben Affleck, you just saw this. Guys, we need to come together and be together.
Sad,
You was
sad,
all
sad, sad,
fucking
side note.
man.
Side note. I need Meth Damon and Matt Damon to be in the movie together. That's all I have to say.
Matt Damon.
Meth Damon, sir. We need that. We need that in our lives.
All
But anyway,
So
the
Bronx Tale. Go ahead.
but yeah, but the Bronx Tale, I think it was great because it's one of those situations that the front cover of the movie,
It really makes you think this is gonna be something else.
it makes you think there's gonna be
What
DeNiro.
happens when a mob boss and a bus driver go head to head?
But it's
A
not. because-
Bronx Tale.
But
That's
it's
what
not.
It looks like.
But the trailers do give off that vibe. But when you watch the movie, it's really about a father. Where you find out at the end of the movie, De Niro's father is like, yeah, I didn't hate the guys, just like, yo, I just didn't like the fact he made you grow up quicker. I just wanted you to be a fucking kid. Like that's all I wanted.
You know what? That's why I keep on telling to everybody. Like a lot of parents are like that. Like, oh man, let the kids do this, let the kids do that. Most parents, no. Let the kid grow up.
Let the kid be a
learn on
kid.
their own. You see the big thing that I had to get on it with both because I can't do it with my first kid because my first kid fell out his mama talking and walking and wanted to have her 401k, so I couldn't do that. But my other two, have fun. My 9-year look my 9-year-old just said, Dad, what's horny mean? I'm like this, really? Because when I was 7, I knew what that meant.
The fact that he came at you at 9 and said that, D, you should have been like, here we go, time to go to work.
I mean, my shit was
Look,
gradual.
hey, Harris, never underestimate lazy parenting. I got to be honest with you. Rated R movies have made everything so much easier.
It really has.
My thing was like always, my parents never shielded me. I think it's mainly because my dad. It's like my folks were not going to let me watch like gratuitous, like, oh, we're not going to let you watch that sex scene. But meanwhile, I'm with my dad. No bullshit. He'll sit there and let me watch fucking Predator, the most rated R movie ever. And my 7-year behind is watching it.
Well,
I'm
see,
like,
Chris,
my dad didn't.
like Chris, that's parenting in the 80s and 90s. Gratuitous violence, fine. Gratuitous, hey, but a titty pop out, go in the room.
which is weird because Players Club came out. I think I was in middle school, about to go into high school. My folks trying to. Well, it was really my mom. My dad didn't give a fuck, but it was really my mom. Like, why are you watching Players Club? I'm like,
look. Here's the thing.
You look back at that movie in hindsight and go, I don't see what the big deal. This movie is super tame.
I think the only thing, I mean, if we ever do Players Club again, which I think D put it on the list if we do it again, I think the only scene from that movie,
I don't know if it's gonna be this year.
The only scene from that movie that, again, I'm in middle school, so my conscience it's just like I didn't understand the whole dominant old girl raping her and shit because I was like, that's rape, but whatever. Again, my mind at the time, my mind was that again, my thing with rape was like man and woman. I didn't think a woman could rape another woman. That's what my mind was at the time.
Oh, you meant that part.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
that part.
Oh, I know you was talking about what.
No. I never because in my head I was like, a woman raping a woman. That's impossible. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like that scene off of Big Mouth where you do realize girls can get horny too, and all of their heads exploded. It's that same level.
Yeah, you know.
Girls can what?
Yeah, which is ironic.
That's what you need to talk to your hormone monster.
Which is ironic because my ass was sneaking watching Skinemax films at night, so you would think I would have picked up on that, but it's like
exactly. I know, Chris, it's all right. I'm the same way because the concept of lesbians fucked my whole 15-year-old thought
exactly.
process. Exactly. Like, just the concept of like I seen it in porn. But you want to do that all the time? But where's the penis? Yeah, that's how
you know what? If we're going back to Bronx Tale, what I thought was interesting about Caladrio was that like you can see
you call him C because
we're gonna call him.
You're not about to take a knife to that nigga's name.
Yeah, we're not doing
what
this.
I enjoyed about him is that you could see the machine turning his head and him figuring out a lot of stuff like racism. he really didn't give a shit about like black people being in the neighborhood, but his friends being racist as fuck. He's just like, guys, like, what does it matter if black people are driving through the neighborhood? As long as they ain't bothering us, what the fuck does it matter? But his friends are like, fuck you, fuck them niggas, and it's like, damn.
First of all, CJ, let me ask you something. How did you like seeing young Joe Pesci stand in being one of C's friends?
You see me, Eris. I'm approving with the Italian fingers. Yes, I
Now,
am.
the one who was clearly racist, the most vocal racist, I'm looking at him like, you are the Joe Pesci of this good.
My man was a teenager, and you would have thought that he was a husband going home to beat his wife.
I find it amazing. I find it personally amazing that number one, you are the Joe Pesci, but also at the same time, you played a young Joe Pesci selling cigarettes in Goodfellas. So that fucks my brain all the way up.
Yeah, all these movies connect.
And then at the end of the day, yeah, my name's Carmine. Joe Pesci, I forgot you was in this movie.
Dude, you actually see him in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And hold on, Eris. How funny is this? Joe Pesci is playing a guy named Carmine, and next week, our next review next week, people are going to be hearing us. We're looking for Carmine. You're talking to the nigga.
Carmine ain't here. Nah.
Yeah, Carmine's not here.
No, I think he went across the street or something.
Really?
No, you know what? No. Hey, Eris, and I need you on camera next week because y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. Eris knows how to suck that fucking toothpick the exact same way Nikki did that same. Yeah, so yeah, he over there.
I'm over here. Yeah, like you're over here.
No,
I'm over here with them. You're with them. You're with them.
Carmine's not here.
Carmine's out.
All right.
Now, the thing about this is that
No. Eris, here, with the toothpick. Wait, what? Yeah, they don't need that.
Now, the thing about this movie that I think is great is like it kind of this is kind of what I think, obviously we weren't going to see this in Goodfellas, but I thought was interesting in this movie, unlike Goodfellas and stuff. Like we talked about it with Henry Hill when he was a kid and he was hanging out with the Italians. His dad was whooping his ass because I think Henry pointed out I was making more than my dad and he was busting his hump, right? But they never really he never really went down there to confront him, right? And what I like about this movie is that C's dad, played by Robert De Niro, Lorenzo, he's a bus driver. He's a working class bus driver that provides for his family, and he's proud of this working class job and stuff. And he just wants the best for his son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, C being the impressionable young kid, because we're all impressionable as kids, he looks up to Sonny and always wants Sonny to look at him, and he's always emulating him and stuff. And his friends as 9-year-olds, they're impressionable and they're trying to they want to be just like Sonny and them and stuff.
Of course.
Boy, if this was not the biggest senpai, please notice me.
Nigga, the best one, because I never had that kind of comparison, but I remember trying to be like Jordan and try to stick my tongue out and try to do a little head movement like that. Because the one line I love what he said, Sonny had 5 fingers, but he only used 3 of them. Like that. I was like this. Okay, that's a little kid. And he started mimicking him. I was like, that's D mimicking Ice Cube in the Straight Outta Compton video. Oh yeah, that changed my Straight Outta Compton video changed my life.
Yeah,
it changed a lot of our lives.
And I remember acting just like Straight Outta Compton. I used to act just like him in the mirror and all that. So I love that scene because you have this little kid literally. He's snapping his fingers just like Sonny. He's trying to move and act like I like that. That's cool.
And I like how Lorenzo has his he has a typical father. Look, everything about Lorenzo is like my dad to a degree. It's like any dad like that. Like when his dad was like, yeah, just tell me the truth, son. I'm not going to be angry at you. That's my dad in a nutshell. Like just tell me the truth.
I think
it's like I ain't got all day. I'm missing the Lions game. I'm missing the Lions game right now. I got 50 on them winning.
You want to fucking hurry up? Mickey Mantle's about to be on fucking base right now. You got me fucking up here talking about you. Where have you been?
Dude, my dad always had to look like your mom's breaking my balls right now, son. Just go ahead and tell me the truth, all right?
Look, son, meet me halfway. You won't even be in that much trouble, all right?
D, tell me the truth. Because you still lying, D.
I think that's what I love about that. It's like whenever they get a movie where they actually depict a dad, it's like it is perfection. It's like,
It's
yep,
kind
that's
of
my dad.
funny. It's kind of funny. Working class dads and I say black guys who are white collar still have that same type of weight on the weight of the world on their
Yeah,
shoulders type of thing.
yeah,
And it's kind of funny in this movie, like you have Lorenzo, his real dad that gives some real good fatherly advice, and
yeah,
then you have Sonny that's not his dad, but Sonny gives advice that is street advice that you cannot fucking throw away.
yeah,
And it is something interesting that it kind of went unsaid because all fathers go through this shit. I can't stop you from going out there. I
yeah.
can't. All I can do is tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Be smart, son. Don't you know when they about to? My dad did that to me. My dad always told me, you can hang out with the niggas, don't be the niggas.
Oh, even
And
that was
I
the
was
crazy part
always
about
taught that.
this. That was the crazy part about the movie to me that kind of
Sonny,
threw me off.
and
Was
that's what I liked about
Sonny
it.
knew that his friends were full of shit and was
Oh,
like,
Right, right.
like without a doubt, he kept trying. He would try anything in his power to separate them,
but you never.
even when they got their own spot. He's like, see, you would always hear him. That nigga would be a block away. Oh shit, there goes Sonny. Hey, see, come here real quick. I want to talk to you.
But you never
Mm-hmm.
saw Lorenzo do that to him with his friends. It was just like, oh, that's his friends, whatever. I don't care, kind of thing.
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of weird.
It's
It's
when you
kind of
think about.
weird because Sonny, because with what Lorenzo also knew, like I said, I cannot protect you, but at the same time, he knows for a fact Sonny's not going to do nothing to put my son in harm's way like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have this little nigga out 3 o'clock in the morning and shit. What the fuck are you doing? But at the same time, I know if there's shooting, Sonny's going to make sure my son is the first person out that door. So it's a weird father son that I mean father that dynamic they had because remember when they showed up later on. Remember I was just like Lorenzo like Sonny, what the fuck happened? No, this is between me and my son. Yo, fuck you, no, fuck you, nigga. This is my son. You gonna tell
Yep,
me what to do?
yep.
Because every time they had a chance to they beat the shit out of Lorenzo. Sonny respected it like
Yeah,
that's his
it
Not
was.
only
man.
that,
There was always a level of
Fuck him.
there was always a level of respect between Sonny and Lorenzo.
yeah,
Because
Like,
and I think what really did it was the fact, and I love that scene. See, like every kid from the hood, I ain't see shit.
yep,
yeah. I mean,
you
and
don't
that's the
see
funny
shit.
thing. Like Lorenzo, that whole scene was great because okay, the whole scene was set up. We find out that Carmine was the one that got his head busted by the bat, basically and stuff. And
Mhm.
basically, Carmine came in. Not Carmine. Fucking
Carmine was pulling out.
Sonny.
Yeah, Carmine was pulling in his spot. Another
Somebody
guy
was
came
back
in.
in. Was
Yeah.
backing in, and Sonny came in after the guy bashed his head in and bashed his window and shot the guy broad daylight, right?
Point blank.
So C sees this,
Bow.
and,
No,
and
and then they walk over to the body because Sonny's a G. Pop, 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 pop. You
Quad
ain't getting him
tap.
now.
Quadruple
Quad
tap.
tap his
and
ass.
told Carmine to get the fuck out of here, and he
Get the
left.
fuck out.
Now
Get the
let me
fuck
say
out, bitch.
this as as a cinematographer, I have to say that I love the way that they shot Carmine's position. Like
Yep.
you don't even know that that's Joe Pesci. Even when they get him out of the car, you barely notice that it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing of it is too, the whole scene is kind of predicated on a previous scene where C had actually snuck into the bar where Sonny was hanging out. He went through like the back door part of the club and stuff. And his mom called him and stuff. And like I said, it was a nice scene where his mom catches him. He's like, I was just going over to see where dad was at. And he's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, your dad was over there. Totally.
Hey,
You know.
hey, Harris, for you, you said you love the cinematography.
Hmm.
Okay, check it out. I'll tell you, he's done a bunch of movies, but I'll tell you the ones that you know that we have done, that Three by Geeks have priorly done. He's done Risky Business. He's
Hmm.
done Major League.
Ooh.
He did this movie. He did, and I lie to you not, Loving Basketball.
Ooh.
Not another teen movie.
Hmm.
Joanna Man
Hmm.
and episode 6 of Breaking Bad.
Well, he did
But
six
he's done a
episodes.
bunch of.
It must be six
Oh,
episodes.
6 episodes.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
did
I
six
read it wrong. I
episodes of
read it wrong.
Breaking
Six
Bad.
episodes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that being said, that's a lot of stuff. And he was director of Hollywood Confidential. Here's D. Yeah, yeah. He was a cinematographer.
We don't talk about the directing of that movie.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you,
But that being said,
you were for a fact a journeyman of a cinematographer.
yeah, Ronaldo Villalobos. Villalobos.
Yeah.
He's still a
He's still
cinematographer. So
working.
yeah,
But that
yeah.
whole
So
scene is
that's
just
another thing, and that's another thing. Just real talk for all the audience. We're gonna start talking about the cinematographers more because those guys are very important because those guys make directors look even better. Because
Mhm.
when you have directors, they're supposed to bring everything and make it one big movie. But what cinematographers do is say, I see what you wrote there. I see what's in the script. You want the camera pointing like that.
Mhm.
You want to
Yeah.
make sure that there's nobody on him because there's going to be a reveal later on. So we want to make sure it's shot where you don't see him come out the car. You can hear his voice because you clearly hear Joe Pesci's voice, but you can't make it out to be him. You're just thinking, oh, that's another Paisano. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You're not really focused in on it who it is. And like you said, Eris, it was dark. Notice that the front part of his car, the windshield, you
Oh, it
couldn't
was
see
Yeah.
tinted.
inside
It
it.
looked tinted, but it
It
wasn't
looked
tinted.
tinted. It looked
It
tinted,
definitely
but it was
looked
more of a
tinted.
reflection. It was more
Yeah.
of a reflection was without I hit my mic. More reflection where everything on the outside. And like I said, when you have a
Like,
good cinematographer, shit like that makes so much sense. It looks so good.
I mean,
Yeah.
without hanging on to that scene too much, you can tell that number one, the sun was on the opposite side of where they were shooting. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, when he got out of the car, he had on glasses, so he had on the sunglasses, so you still couldn't
Still
tell it was
couldn't
him.
see him.
Mhm.
And and then as soon as they carried him off, first of all, it was two guys holding him up, carrying him off, and you could tell they cut it. It was a hard cut right there.
Hmm.
Mhm.
There was several in here like that, and I don't know if that was just bad direction or just the editing That's just how it came out in the editing
No,
process. But you see that all throughout the movie like that with these
I would say
hard
with
cuts.
hard, I would say in this movie's case, the hard cuts they did, especially with that particular scene, that was intentional.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was style. I know you did it for style. You did it for
Yeah.
some of
But
them do it for style, but then you saw like a scene where it's Sonny and Lorenzo yelling at each other and it's like cut. It's like okay, whatever. That's just
but the
how it
but the
came out in the
kicker is
movie.
that
You know what
like
I mean?
everything was predicated on C going to that bar and stuff, and we get that scene where his dad was like, "Did you go to that bar? Tell the truth, son." He's like, "All right, I took a gamble, I took a risk and went over there." And then I like how he's like, "That's my boy. You took a risk."
No. It wasn't that. It was the line he said. Okay, son. Then tell me why'd you lie to me? I took a shot. Eh,
Yeah, he took a shot.
He's like, are you gonna do anything about this? Like, are you gonna do anything about this? What can I? Hey, what do you want me to do? Kid tried to take a shot. What can I say? Like, good job, son.
I mean, that's again, that's a father stuff, but it's predicated on that, right? So when you get to that scene where C is like, "All right, I'll tell the cops who I saw." At that point, you knew C's going to use this opportunity to get Sonny to notice him, and that's exactly what happens because when he gets to Sonny, who he clearly saw shoot the guy, he looks at him, looks at his dad, looks at Sonny, and was like, "No, that's not him." And immediately Lorenzo was like, "Yeah, my son did that shit. He knows full and well Sonny did. He knows full and well Sonny did that shit." But I'm not going to say anything. That's
Like,
fine.
I'm not gonna say anything because it's what I'm doing. I wasn't trying to tell the cops anything, but because my son forced my hand, I have no choice but to sit there and deal with this.
You
So,
know what?
so when his son, so when C goes, like, did you see that, Dad? I did a good thing, right? I
Yeah,
did a good
yeah.
thing.
Did a good.
Yeah, son, you did a good thing. You did a good thing for a bad man. What are you talking about? I didn't rat. I was told not to rat. Yeah, it's good that you didn't rat. I know you didn't rat, but son, you did it for a bad person.
Bad
Yeah.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Falcon says a good point though. He's like, I like the way the camera was showing C's perspective when he was asking to tell who Sonny shot. And I was like, yep, because they cut it's like they
Yeah.
cut to his face, cuts to him, cuts to his dad. And I was like, oh, that's
Notice that
perfect.
all the adults during that scene they're looking down on him. That's imposing.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, that's the most scariest thing. And this time, these are gangsters. These are
And at the
fucking gangsters.
not only
And
are they
also, in real talk, you're talking to Sonny now, a person you admire, and a person you just seen commit a homicide in front of
also, but D,
you.
bear no, hold on, D, bear in mind, C likes these guys so much that he's not afraid of any of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I
He's
mean
looking
when he shot the dude, it was like, huh.
He
I
just
got
looked
shot.
like when he looked at. That's the funny bit too. He when he witnesses the shooting, the only thing that's really been on that dude's mind that whole time, even up until years later when he becomes a teenager, is was that? Did you really shoot him over a parking space?
Give him that blank stare like, do you really want to know, kid?
He
All
didn't
right.
even say. He didn't even say. Do you
He's
really
like,
want to know?
no,
He told him straight up. He said, "No."
no.
What was it like? Well, why'd you do it? You'll know when you get older, son.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
the good thing is, I mean, the hilarious bit is, like, even to the movie's end, you still don't know when it was over.
You don't need to.
and that's and thank you, Chris. You don't need to, because at that point it's like it doesn't hold no weight of what the fuck happened. They
Mhm.
are who they are. Remember when we started this whole month, we said it with Goodfellas. All of these niggas are psychopaths. All of these
Yeah.
niggas are
Oh,
psychopaths.
we're
So
gonna get
of
to a part
course,
where they go
so
when they go nuts. But like what I like about it is, again, they show him see as a kid, and I like that it bookends on his mother finding the $600 behind his dresser when he was collecting tips from craps. And I like how his dad just had that look like, son of a bitch. He made more money than I do in a goddamn month, like a week even.
Dude,
It-
you remember that job offer that Sonny gave him? See, first he tried to work through the dad. He said, "Hey, look, we saw what your son did for us. Sonny wants to, just wants you to drop off some numbers. You do that for us, you get $150 a week."
Nah, I'm good. It's like I like
Like,
my
that's,
work.
and
I like
that's
my working
now hold
class.
on. Now if you think about it, $150 a week, nigga, that's what,
in the
six
1960s,
in
Oh,
1960s.
that's
That
a
was like
G. That's a G.
$600 back then, nigga. That you're right. That was like $1,000 to $2,000 in a month,
yeah.
That's a
and
G. That's a
that's
G
a
of G.
cool G that you about to walk away
That's
with.
pretty. No, actually, Harris, that's pretty much 2,500 a week.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're
Yeah,
making money. You're making
and
money, and God bless C's mom, because she. I gotta be real with you, Lorenzo. She too fine, nigga. Where you get her? How you pull her, nigga? Nigga,
But it
you
said it
drive
met
a
at the quiz.
bus.
It said it might have been at a carnival or something like that, or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
whatever, whatever,
no.
nigga.
She said straight up, "I fell in love with your uniform."
Well, yeah. I mean, look at the time period. Like, if you're a working man, that's like you win.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
win.
you didn't go to
But
war
at the same,
either. Oh, look, you didn't go to war either. Oh my
but
god.
Wow.
hold on. But at the same time, though, she did question. You really said no over 150 a
I
week?
mean, baby, I'm not saying that we don't need it, but $100. Like, no, we're not giving. No, we're not fucking doing that. No, we're not.
I was like, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about this. We done with this.
Because here's the thing, and I know somebody said, like, I know somebody might say, well, when he feel like kind of emasculated or anything like that, yeah, in a way, yeah, you would. No, 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 I'm being real.
Oh yeah,
If your
yeah, yeah.
son, if your son makes more than you, yeah, it
Well,
would
he
rub
told
you
it
the
to
wrong way.
Sonny. He outright told the Sonny like, "Yo, my son made $600. He made more than I
More
do."
than me.
And I
He's
said,
More
like,
hey,
than
no.
me,
I
nigga.
offered you a job and you turned me down.
No, it's like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, that's nice and all that, Sonny. And I said no, and that means you don't touch my fucking kids either, nigga.
Oh, you
Like,
know
on
what's
some real
kicker though
shit.
too?
That's
We did.
because that's the thing that gets me. Because Sonny knew he was wrong, and Sonny, because one of the things they kept bringing up is that Sonny uses fear.
Yeah.
Fear is what keeps everybody to respect him. And Lorenzo was like, dog, I respect you for who you are as a dude, but real talk, that's crossing the line. Fuck you, nigga.
That's the
like,
thing.
like,
That's
Yeah.
what makes it great between the two because if it was somebody that was out of pocket and didn't know any better, oh fucking Sonny would have murked his ass in a
Sonny would
heartbeat.
have lit his
But,
ass up.
but
He
it's
would have
so
lit
great
his ass
because,
up.
like you said, D, both of them got mutual respect for each other in a way. So it's like Lorenzo has respect for him, but he will check him like, "Yo, you cross lines, dog.
It's
Don't do that
John
shit."
Tom. It's John Thompson walking over to Rayful Edmonds. I know you the big drug dealer around here.
Yep.
I better not catch you in
It's like,
Georgetown.
just okay. It's like, nigga,
I
okay.
better
Like,
not
look,
catch you.
You
I ain't.
step foot on that court, you're dead.
You step. Look, I see you talking to any of my players. Oh, you can be up. I can see. I know you got your own little booth in the USA Arena where you can see Georgetown play every week.
Cap
But real
center,
talk,
sir.
nigga.
Cap center, sir.
Yeah,
Cap
Cap
center.
said. Thank you, Cap said, because he was arrested when it was a USA Arena. He
Yeah,
was
that's true.
already in jail by then. Thank you, Cap Center. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I see you in the Cap Center. But real talk, if you step foot on that wood, if I see your Nike sneaker touch that wood,
You're
I'm
dead.
fucking your ass up. Look, that's John Thompson. John Thompson 6'9". He will fuck
You said that on the sports show episode. It's like, yo, he cares so much, and that's the thing with Lorenzo.
Yeah,
He cares about his
you.
son. And Sonny,
It's like
and look,
this.
that whole scene was great because Sonny looked at him like, oh, he has some good points there. You know what?
9 out of
All right.
10, and I
yeah.
said 9 out of
I mean,
10.
I still
9 out
gotta,
of 10.
I still gotta put in that fear factor. But yeah, you make some good arguments.
Like this, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Any gangster, doesn't matter, mafia, black, triad, yakuza, they gonna do the same thing Sonny did. Yo, fuck you, push that dude over, kick him out, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Now let me no
9 out of 10, they'll let it
no.
go.
no. They'll
Nine
do
out of
no, he'll
ten,
do
they'll
all
let it
that
go.
stuff like he'll do all that stuff like he said, D. But it's always gonna be like the capo, the lieutenant, or somebody saying, "You want me to take care of him? Nah, leave him alone."
Nah,
Yeah.
And every
it's
time he
always
said,
the second.
and the only reason why he said that is because of C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's for the
and
kid,
it,
because
it
guaranteed, if a kid, if the kid wasn't involved, oh, believe me, Lorenzo would have not went home
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
one thing that I noticed that was pretty cool with C is even though when he got older and he was out all the time and his mom mysteriously disappeared, did she
I was just
die?
no. Okay, I was going to ask about that. I was actually going to
Not
mention.
bleak.
I was going to mention that to you guys. So apparently, with that, either she wasn't important enough to continue writing on, because at that point it became more about Sonny than anything
Well, I
else.
mean,
Yes, it
to
did.
be
And
fair,
It
to the
did.
movie's credit though, they did a good job of not highlighting that because think about it. When Sonny got when C got older, look at the focus of where it's at. It was always Sonny driving that bus.
no,
Not Sonny,
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo driving the bus, and he would talk to his son on the bus, or Lorenzo would come down to where C was at and have a heart to heart talk, or that one time they were in the house and and C is shaving and they're having that father son talk.
And
But
I
at that point,
love
you're not caring about the mom because they're like because like I think to your what you said, Eris, is like nobody cares about the mom, unfortunately.
I don't think
Like
it's
I
that.
said, I don't even think
But it's
either the writer couldn't think of anything more that she could be used for, or or they could have just eluded. You know what? Not even eluded. They could have went the Disney route. What happens to two parents and then the kid grows up? Yeah, parent dies off screen
I'm
and
about
we
to say
don't say it.
Yeah,
she ate something. She ate something and she died. I don't know.
yeah. But
Like the other parent always mysteriously disappears and we do not address it.
But it's a great transition because you leave from after that whole thing between Lorenzo and Sonny, you transition to like 8 years later. Boom, he's sees his teenager, and they're at the horse track and stuff. And he's basically because his father told him outright, "Do not go to Sonny again." But again, C being a teenager, he's been disobeying the fuck out of his dad and still kind of hanging out with Sonny on the side, and his dad doesn't know and stuff. So he's hanging out with his friends, and like I said earlier, his friends. I'm putting in quotes there because I don't think they were really I guess they were friends, so to speak.
They were his ain't shit friends.
Yeah, yeah. And it's you start realizing that there is. We saw when they were kids when they were chasing after the bus with the black kids saying "Go back to Australia," and I'm like, wow, these kids are fucking dumb. But like
That freeze,
My nigga just right out the window like this.
that freeze frame I dropped in the chat.
That look of that's what of
when I
all y'all crackers.
when I
Sit, spit on it.
when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, the real hero of this movie."
like
Yo,
when it
why the
gets to when
fuck
they were
did
older, when they're older though, it's like tensions are like on Spike Lee levels of
yeah,
high,
of course. Because you
big
gotta
time,
think about
which is realistic. It's
which is
realistic.
realistic, especially
It's
in the
very
Bronx.
realistic
Especially in the
because
Bronx.
it's
Because
nineteen
there was an
it's
influx.
1968.
Yeah,
Yeah. There was an
yeah.
influx. It was influx of the niggas coming in. And what really pissed off the Italians, it wasn't just the niggas, it was the niggas and the Spanish folk too. so
Yeah, and the thing
so
of it is,
yeah.
it's like you could tell, like with Sonny. I think Sonny, and I think that's something that people you got the key in on. I don't think Sonny really gave two shits about black people.
He didn't
I,
care.
No.
he didn't
I don't
care.
think no look, I gotta be real with you. Outside of C, I don't think nobody gave a fuck about my color. So, I don't
No, no.
care.
What I mean by that is Sonny doesn't look like the type of person that's going to be like, I want to kill those Negroes over there. He never gave off that vibe because for him it was
No, no,
like,
no, 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 no. It's more regular mobsters. Hey. You fucking niggas, you stay over there in your corner, you keep on making my fucking doo-wop music. You shut the fuck up. All right.
yeah.
If I want to see you little jungle bunnies bounce a basketball, then I can fucking ask for that. Other than that, you stay in little Africa
I
over
mean,
there.
to be fair
Like
though,
that's how they used to treat us. So
when C when
no big
C
deal.
was getting that relationship with Jane though, Sonny was like, well, who cares? It's between you and her. Who the fuck cares what
Yeah,
other people
yeah.
think?
But I think, but because here's the difference. And the movie kind of didn't. I would say not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. They didn't really elaborate on it. But if you notice how Sonny talked to everybody else, then is how he talks to C. And
Yeah,
everything he talks to C was just knowledge. Like if you had, like, and I tell this to everybody, and I had like two in my life. If you had a big homie in your life that's worth a damn, that nigga teaches you constantly. he is constantly telling you this is like that, that's like that. Don't believe that shit. Niggas like that you can't trust. This, that, and all the other. Like what I learned from my dad is tremendous. What I learned from like my big homies, oh my god, that's all the rest of my shit my dad wouldn't even fucking teach me about. And you need that in your life. And as a father, you need to recognize that I can't teach you everything. One of
Yeah.
the hardest things for me the first 5 years of my oldest son's life was I would get mad when anybody else tell my son what to fucking do. Or
Yeah.
or in this case, I would get mad when I couldn't be there to help my son out. And I had to really put in my head, you cannot be there for them. What you
Yep.
can do is you can do your best as a parent when they start get out there and they start to walk out there and start to learn all the rest of that shit. They'll gravitate to people. They'll gravitate to knowledge. They'll gravitate to certain things that you placed in
Mm.
their life. Yeah, I don't like the same shit my dad does likes, but at the same time, because he taught me all the shit I don't like, I have knowledge on it. I have experience on it. I can go to the next person and learn more from it. It's a lot from the movie really highlights a lot of that shit when you really look at this shit, but they really don't go into it. You know, it's just
I
they,
mean, like the
it's
one
just
scene
there.
that got me was like when Sonny was like, "What does it matter?" It's like, "Hey, you lay in the bed next to her and stuff. Who the fuck cares?"
It's like
Like
at the end of the day,
Okay,
that's all that matters.
that's all that
okay, now
matters.
that test, now that see, that's how I feel. But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. That's how I feel that way about. That's how I feel about interracial relationships. I feel the exact same way. Okay, is you fucking her? No. Why do you care?
Thank you.
Stay sleeping with her? No. Why do you care? It took me probably it didn't take me a while because I always never had a problem with it. Only thing, like I said, only thing that bothers me is when y'all fine black girls go up with these doofy ass white boys. That pisses me off. Other than that, I'm fine.
Clearly, it's
like,
very. I call
look.
that the
No,
Family
no,
Guy
no.
thing.
No, I call it black cosplayers. All of y'all girls, all of y'all fine black
Oh,
girls. Whoo, y'all bad as shit. Here come your boyfriend. Here come Latrice. I love you, my black queen. Like, really? And I think, look, here's me, and I feel bad as a black dude because I'm like, did we fuck up that bad?
Like,
you know what? I don't say anything because it's like there's layers of endearing and stuff.
But yeah,
I
but that's the whole
you know
point. You
you
ain't
know
there. That's the
yeah.
same thing. That's the same way I feel about That's
but
the
it
same
still
way.
makes no, but it still
Hmm?
makes you ask that question when you. It's one thing to see one, two, three, but when I start seeing an entire hall of these
You know
relationships,
why I don't say anything?
Yeah.
You know why? You know why I don't say?
Hey.
The only reason why I don't say anything because low key I had to find out that I got that kind of quote from like two chicks that I dated, including the current one, where there was like, yeah, this guy was kind of thrown off that I was dating you, and I was like, what the fuck did I do? Like, goddamn, like, am I horrible looking or what? What the fuck? Like,
Probably, but I don't. Why would I say
like
that?
no, I ain't caring, but it was just kind of
it's like, how do you come
hold,
to? Like, how do you get to that notion?
like, what
I
did I
think
do?
also, but here's the thing. You know, it's the crew you run with. I always say it's the crew you run with. It's the things that you find sexy yourself, and then on top of that, just real talk, who you grow up around. I hate it when black people go, "Oh, you never dating your own race." I grew up around white people, like
What do you want me to
like
do?
like I do like here's the funny thing, and I'm gonna say this for the podcast. Like DJ Sue is the best person example of how I feel about when it comes to this shit. DJ Sue will fucking stand up for black people. I have seen him stand up for black women. And I've seen him speak up and say shit like, "Yo, this gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this. Yo, black men, we better." Like the whole
Me and Sue even stand for our light skinned women that don't
yeah,
text us back. But you know,
exactly. We look like Eris covers the gambit. And look, I mean this. Like I vouch for Eris so bad. Eris covers the gambit as one of the people like if I ever catch anybody trying to cancel him, I will fucking kill you because like you need him. You need a nigga like DJ Sue. Hey Eris, what's
mm,
that Asian bit like? Hey Eris, what's that Asian girl on your shoulder? Oh yeah, I like her. What about the black sister? She alright.
right, but you know,
She alright. Look. Me and Ho Chin over here. We about to go.
So we about to go do some things.
Now,
me and
now, excuse me, me and me now, we about to get nasty. That's not a real name. That was actually racist. I'm sorry. Her name is Christine. We see you later.
Oh, you mean that's how Wesley Snipes was every time he went to an award show and everybody was all shocked and all that he's with an
Yeah,
Asian woman?
yeah.
I'm like, you should have known that after the first time he
I
came
You
to.
feel
really should have known that.
I feel that like they did this perfectly because you're in basically they're down the block from each other. You have the black people on this side, you have the Italian people on this side, and the bus has to literally cross through both neighborhoods.
Yeah,
And just the fact that every time you get over there, you get to the black. I laugh. You get this what I like to call white people's brand of black music in their neighborhood. You get to the black side, you
Chuck
hearing nothing
Brown,
but Sam. You hearing James Brown. You're not hearing
Sam
Sam
Cooke.
Cooke no more.
Yeah,
No, no,
things are
they
going
no
to
they
change. It's
they
like, nope.
stayed they saved all the Sam Cooke for the Italian neighborhood. I like yeah. White people like Sam Cooke.
You know
You get
what?
over the
Okay,
look, you get to the black side, all of a sudden it's James Brown,
okay.
known for not giving a shit what white people thought of him.
I will point out. Hopefully, you two guys watch One Night Man because we got to talk about that because you're accurate. Because when you watch that movie, there is something where Sam Cooke actually, well, the guy that plays Sam Cooke, he addresses that because it was that song that he did. Was it fuck? I just said the damn name of the song. Was it something that's going to
What
change or
change
whatever?
gonna come?
It
Change
changed
gonna
going to
come?
come. That was the highlight of it because that was where it went from. Is Sam Cooke really, is he really for black people? And then boom, he did change going to come, and that blew him
Yeah.
up like significantly and stuff. But you're right because this movie did was like, yo, white folks were playing the shit out of Sam
Do ba
Cooke.
do do
Yeah,
do 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 ba boo ba boo boo boo
and
wah.
and and that was the thing in the movie in One Night in Miami where it's like he's doing all these shows and he's starting to wonder like, do these white people really like me? Like,
You know what? I would love to. Here's the funny thing. I would love to hear Lionel Richie's like life in that same name because remember, black people didn't claim Lionel Richie until he came up with that bomb ass album in the late 2000s. That was
oh, nah, or they
dope
weren't
as
fucking
fuck.
up all night long.
No. Like black people are so weird with Lionel Richie. It matters who you are. That's really what it is. What I
Yeah.
noticed, it matters who you were in 1970, how you felt about Lionel Richie in the 80s and the 90s.
But you're right though, because like when you get to the black neighborhood and stuff, because at one point, well, really, it's his C's friend, ain't shit friends. They're beating the shit out of these black kids that are just riding their bike and stuff.
It was
And
no,
C,
it was homegirl's brother. It was
you know his brother and the other
yeah, it was
two
James'
and
brother.
stuff. And
Yeah.
C is holding down James' brother, like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm
It's
just
like, just
trying
stay down,
just
stay down.
stand down. And I get his brother kind of like, yo, get the fuck up off me, and blah blah blah. So I like how his brother was like, yeah, his brother immediately when Jane and C meet up again, she's like, yeah, my brother said that you were there. And stuff. Yeah, it was him, which is funny in and of itself.
No, Chris. No, it's actually better. My man,
Yo.
my man. Hold up, my man got out the car. Smooth. He smooth got out the car. And did you notice the little pep in his step? My man was pimping walking.
Oh, man.
And he's just mugging him that whole time, like, yeah, that's him.
Which
like,
again,
that's the one that did it. He's like, you know what you did, nigga? Look what you did to my face.
which you do that to somebody. It's like, oh, white people look alike and stuff, and you see it building up within C because up to that point, C never really had an issue with black people up to that point, other than that one moment as a kid he's chasing after the bus. But I felt that was more so him following his friends doing that and stuff. But at that point, you never really
even with them doing that with the whole thing with the bus, even then he was still kind of reserved. Like, I really don't care. Like
I guess we're supposed to chase after the bus.
Like matter of fact, when y'all was like arguing about whether or not y'all should chase down the bus, here's me. Like, dude, what problem do you really have with them? Why are you really tripping over this?
So when
you got to realize that here's the thing. Actually, you know what? They addressed that errors because remember in the very beginning of the movie where all these little punks was talking to each other. Yeah, my dad says that's how it starts. They come in your neighborhood and they take everything over. Yeah, fucking niggers. It's like they learned that. They obviously learned that from their parents.
Oh yeah, because you also see
yeah.
with the other Italian gangsters because they also said the same thing. He was like, yeah, they pass through here. Next thing you know, they're moving in, and next thing they're fucking on women.
I mean, that was and that's when you realize it's like, yeah,
it here's me. It always leads back to Italian women getting blacked.
Dude, they turned into pure white people at that point.
I gotta be honest with you, white folk. This is just D&B real. Yes, there are some baddies on y'all side. We don't watch y'all white women.
Gotta be real.
Let me
Now,
make it real. Yes, yes,
gotta be
yes.
real.
There's some fine looking white girls. We don't
I
want
don't.
them bitches.
I don't
No,
know
Y'all,
whether.
I'm making
y'all
no.
need
I'm
to
making no, no,
chill.
no, 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 no. D. I'll make it even. I'm gonna keep it even realer. We're not the ones coming to them.
Oh, yeah. Worry about your cousin that look like you, nigga. I ain't.
I'm about to say we ain't coming to them. They're coming to us.
My thing is this.
I love how I love how black people, I love how people of color in America have fucking data of us not doing a goddamn thing, and yet white people like we gotta control the niggers.
And,
I
and
don't
I
understand that.
And I say it again. I say it again, D. We're not the ones coming to them. They're coming to us. Case in
Yeah.
point. Case in point. C going to Jane. That nigga approached her.
I mean, like, and the thing
No,
of it
no, no.
is,
Hold on. That was white privilege. Now that was pure white privilege.
Can you really
Hey,
say what?
what's fucking wrong? What's fucking wrong? I can't go to a black side of the neighborhood. Huh? I can't
Nah,
say fucking hi.
nah. See, first of all, in the one and only scene that we actually see of these little knuckleheads actually being in school,
Yeah.
my man finally got a moment. He finally got a moment where he's like, "Oh shit, there she is, right there." He waited till his knucklehead friends got out of sight, and then she was all alone. Hey, it's now or never. Let me go ahead
Hey
and
man.
shoot my shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
man. Now or never, man.
and I
Yo,
think
look. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, and I think what made it just interesting with them meeting up and stuff like it's kind of weird, you know. It's a little bit of a shock because you go from if you've never watched this movie, or at least for me, it's been a while, and it's like, well, you know, Terrell Hicks from Belly, and you've seen her in that movie, and it's kind of a shock to see her shift back to this movie where she just looks like a normal ass black woman.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. Don't let that grease that
Um,
Hype Williams
nigga,
threw on her fool you.
Mm.
look,
Because
look, look,
like yeah,
look,
don't
look.
let
It
her
was a
fool.
moment while,
She a regular black chick, yeah.
which ain't nothing wrong with that, but it is
She
like
a no
if
no
you're
no no
used
no
to
no
that,
no.
if
Let's keep it real. No, let's keep it real. Look. We're not knocking her looks, but I'm just going to say this. You a regular ass black chick. You are.
sometimes you need
There's nothing
regular ass black women.
unique.
There's
There's
nothing
nothing
wrong with that.
unique. Anyway, look, the only thing I will say is this that throws me off about Terrell was her ears.
Those ears have stuck with her
Boy,
even
them
today.
motherfuckers. She had the Legolas sixes, young. Did you see them motherfuckers? They had a
I mean, this was 1993.
Hey, I'm
Yo,
laughing.
man, her man, them ears was sharp, young. But other than that,
I'm
I
still
don't have a
laughing.
bad thing to ever say about her.
Oh no,
Outside of her acting, I never been a fan of her
Terrell
acting.
Hicks. I'll be honest with you. I saw a recent Terrell Hicks is on IG, right? I was like, Terrell Hicks looked like a single black mom.
She look,
Mm.
don't she? Terrell
Not a
Hicks look like
bad
she
thing,
done
but it's
had.
like, oh, you single
She
black
look
mom.
like she
All
done had.
right, cool.
She look like she done had her 3 kids, and she is glad that she's about to go on the Tom Jordan morning cruise next season.
Man, listen. She
She is
probably
that black woman. Good for her.
good for her. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
She
She
is
is.
milf. She's a milf. She's made it. Good for you, baby.
You
That's
want to
all I
join
gotta
the
say.
Tom Jordan morning cruise? We got Terrell Hicks from Belly, not a Bronx Tale, Belly.
No. We got Terrell Hicks. We got Terrell Hicks. Hey, baby, and I say this with all the love you watching this. We got Terrell Hicks on the cruise. Who?
No. Here's how. Like, if you need a reminder of who Terrell Hicks is, like this is Terrell Hicks. I like Italians.
Man, that
Oh,
came out.
this is Terrell Hicks too. I saw your little black dingaling.
No. I'm talking if you want to if you want to remind people of who she is without using belly, you
Yeah,
use that line from a
Yeah.
Bronx
yeah.
Tale.
I like it. See, here's me. And we know the line that Robert De Niro wrote.
Pretty much.
But no, this is the truth. This is the truth. I know this about at least some. I want to say all black women, but I noticed that about black women. Black girls like Italian dudes. There's a good chunk of them that like Italian dudes,
They
and I
ain't gonna
get
put
it.
up with this shit though. But
No,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I get it because Italian niggas are pretty much the white version of black men. So I understand that.
both are aggressive
But
in our
just
way.
just different enough.
Yeah. Like both are aggressive. Like what? Like hey, Italian men cook black dudes. I'm only cooking if the grill's out, man.
which makes it, if you're a black dude that does know how to cook, you're a fucking unicorn. Like, oh my god, he knows how to cook.
That's bullshit. Actually, that's bullshit because guess what? Much like Italian men, every black dude I know that cooks says the same thing. All the best cooks are men. If you ever ate at a black dude, if a black man is cooking for you and it's good, it's the best shit ever.
Hey,
It ain't just regular.
hey, you want to know?
Good example. This nigga below me, oh my god. I got a feeling right now if Eris made me something like Eris, this is like, oh my flavor. What the fuck?
Hey, you want to know what time that fucked me up and stuff? Again, you're a kid. You see your dad grilling, cooking out, right? But you never really think that he could throw down the kitchen. Here my dumb ass goes. My dad was like, yeah, I'm cooking some chicken and making some greens for dinner. And I'm like, yeah, canned greens. Whatever, Dad. Get home. This motherfucker actually cooked actual greens on the pot and everything. I was like,
nigga, looking at you stern. Yeah. Shut your bitch ass down. I don't even know if I won't even feed you, you grateful ass nigga. Cook your hot dogs. That's all you know how to do.
Like, look, let me tell you something. Man. Like, and Dean, it's funny that you use me as an example because this is an example I'm going to use. Back across the pond, I was making a Chinese dish for my girlfriend.
Fancy.
Right? And
Chinese trying to be trying. This nigga missed the whole fucking country. He went right for China.
No,
I had to get.
No, sorry.
Look,
it's like I like that he said I'm gonna cross the pond. So the first thing I'm thinking is Tokyo, and this nigga said I made a Chinese. Wow, bitch!
Because it's actually popular in Japan. So
I'm sure. Look, nigga. Nigga. We in PG. I'm in PG County right now. The most delicious thing right now are chicken made by Asian people. So don't. I already know. I know the game.
See, but the thing is that what I made is something that you can't get in, American Chinese carryouts. Mm. So anyway, I made this dish, and she thought it was going to be like the typical way that everybody makes it, both in China and Japan. So I said, no, don't come in the kitchen. I said, you sit right there, watch Japanese TV. I got this. Listen, you chill.
Japanese TV. Why when you said watch Japanese TV in D's mind, it's nothing but Japanese letters flashing on the television.
That's a terrible thought, Dino. See, I can see if you said,
super sunshine.
No, I can see if you said it's two Japanese comedians talking to each other, and there's like 5 fucking squares above the TV screen of other people looking at them. Now, if you just said that, yes, that's quite accurate. Anyway,
Zoom call ass TV show that you having there.
But anyway, moving on. I make it right.
Watching a clip of like somebody doing like some mundane thing, buying like chicken. You're like, oh,
yeah, it's just like that. But anyway, I make it for her, and just like you said, D, her mind is blown. Like it was in the other room at that point. Her mind shifted out of her freaking skull and went to the other room. She was like, this is amazing. How did you what did you do to this? And I said, I just cut stuff, put it in, cooked it, threw in some seasoning and salt and pepper, and called it a day.
No, but what was good about that though is like when C is getting advice from his dad and Sonny on the chick, and like I like how C checked his dad on his prejudice. Like, well, I just want you to date inside your own race and stuff. But it's like, Dad, that's prejudice as hell. Like,
Dad, that's fucking prejudice, Dad. And I loved how Robert De Niro played it as a white man that gets called out on that bullshit. Like, okay, yeah, but look,
yeah, fine, whatever.
But hear me out, son.
But son, I just want you to be careful. You know
yeah, just be careful. Just be careful.
You don't
Meanwhile, one of the great ones, huh? Who told you that? Joey Oso. Joey Oso told you that.
That too.
All right.
You can tell as a dad, he's looking at him like, that fucking gangster told you that shit.
Bro. That was Larry David when he looks up. Okay.
Okay.
For me,
Okay.
for me,
I'm gonna let
for me,
like you know what, son? You know what, son? I'm gonna let you have that.
I'll let you have that.
I'm gonna let you have that.
Fine.
all right, yeah,
Fine.
I know, like I know his ass didn't say that shit, but I'm gonna let you have that.
that sound like that sound like a lot of this on that. But
But Dad, aren't you Sicilian too? Doesn't fucking matter, son.
this is like
Doesn't
you
matter.
Sicilian too. How the fuck you know I'm Sicilian? Yeah, 3 fingers, Dad.
Oh my god, man! Like,
Oh man,
but
like even at that part, you know what? Even at that part, like you said, I love how Sonny was like, yo, man, like you want to get 3 great ones in your life, and I can actually agree with that because I know dudes that will fuck up on girl 1, fuck up on girl 2, and get the girl 3, and they with her for the rest of their life,
Mhm.
or you know what I mean. But after that third one, I agree. After that third one, nigga, you gonna be single and in and out relationships for the rest of your life. I'm sorry.
Now the
Because
thing of it is,
after 3, you're done. I mean that, and I'm with that idea. After
now the
3,
thing
you're
that
done.
now the thing of it is, between the date and then her confronting him on what happened to her brother and stuff, and sees dad catching him in Sonny's car and stuff, seeing Lorenzo have this big like argument, essentially,
Yeah,
and
like why the
see,
fuck my son's in your car, dude?
yeah, and they had this argument, and see, like anybody else, storms out like, "Fuck this, I'm out," right? And that's when Sonny confronts him, like, "Dude, what the fuck, man?
And
There was a
and
goddamn bomb in my car."
and I loved it because that's the first time. That's actually the first time Sonny went full mafioso on him because Sonny
No,
was probably going to kill him.
not only did he go full mafioso on him, but the fact that it happened, and I should have said this at the beginning of the podcast. If there's anything that this movie is filled with, foreshadowing.
Oh,
There is so much foreshadowing.
time out before we continue. Best part of the movie. This is why I was saying Sonny was equal opportunity when them fucking bikers roll into that Italian neighborhood.
Yeah, we can get to that
Let's
part.
let's talk about that because again, I forgot about this scene. So these bikers are coming in, and C and Sonny are talking, and that's when the bikers come through, and Sonny looks over like, "Ah, shit, here we go."
Now, D has to add this one thing with that. I love bikers in the 1960s into the 90s and all that for one reason,
Yeah,
because they are purely this section of white people that everybody forgot.
they
Whether they
kept that aesthetic
ex-military,
up through the 60s, 70s, 80s, and
they
90s. It was
look,
crazy
look, look. They kept that whole Hell's Angels fucking
aesthetic.
aesthetic. Yeah, they had that. They kept that going for a while. These white people who have no culture, no nothing. Because I love white people now. They're Vikings now, and they're bikers. Shut the
Evolved.
fuck up.
It evolved.
No,
Vikings.
hold on, D. Not just Vikings, tattooed Vikings.
You want to know
Yeah,
why?
they had
Because
the whole Viking.
you want
The
to know why?
whole
Because
Viking truck. It's like, dude,
Sons of Anarchy fucked it all up. So it's like, fuck, we got a chance over. All right,
they kill me
Vikings.
with that. They kill me with that. It's like, oh man, oh like yeah, they try to mimic Vikings. Like, dude, you're fucking Irish and you're from Tennessee. Chill,
I blame.
chill.
Hey D, hey D, I got you. I blame Ryan Hurst.
Yeah. Ryan Hurst.
I
Let me be
blame
honest.
Ryan Hurst.
Hey yo, Ryan Hurst, my wife's crush. I saw him. I'm like, that nigga's gonna be a problem for bikers from here on out. He's too pretty. Number one, he's too pretty.
And yet he ended up becoming Beta in The Walking Dead.
I mean,
Opie in Sons of Anarchy was a G. Oh, I
uh,
love Opie.
he had the look, but
Chris, we got to go through that series, man. But anyway,
yeah, but those bikers, so the bikers are rolling in, and Sonny initially was like, when the bikers come in there, he's off rip like, "Hey guys, don't cause me trouble." But the bikers, they put on this front like, "Oh no, we just want to drink, we'll be fine." And Sonny's like, "All right, let them have a couple beers, fine, fuck it, right? Hey, I'm not gonna sit there and trip off this. These people just want some beer, fine. Who am I to tell them no?"
Mm-hmm.
In typical fashion, because these guys are assholes. Boom, spray beer all over.
They immediately started spraying beer,
And I was like, oh boy, here we go. And that's when Sunday was like, all right, guys, that's how you want to play it? Open that back door.
No. Wait, hold up. Wait. Actually, Chris, it really went, guys. Now you guys need to leave. It's like, who the fuck are you? Like, the fuck you gonna do, huh? Like who are you? Like, what are you? You really gonna tell us to get out of here? fuck
Hey,
this
you see
guy.
what? Hey, you
Like,
see
all
what
right,
Big
all
Mama
right.
Luke over here said to us?
It's like, all right. And actually, Sonny didn't even say a word. He just smiled, turned, walked back, like
Gangster.
walked to that front door as a gangster. You saw him go for his keys. He went for the keys just to show you how much he owned the place. He pulled the keys out to the bar.
That was such a flex. Yo, that Tim taking out the keys was such a flex.
Actually, you
He
know
could have
what?
just
That,
he could have just walked up to the door and push the button in, but no,
no,
he
no,
had
you
to
know what?
break the
He walked.
keys
No,
out.
he walked out. He like as he made his way towards the door, took the keys out, like out of his
Such a
jacket,
fucking flex.
locked the
God.
door, turned around. He turned around, and in fact, they heard the door lock, and he goes, "Now you can't. I mean, now you guys can't leave."
That was on some Black
Okay.
Dynamite. That's what some Black Dynamite did, which is still fucking hilarious. When it's like, yeah, get your ass out of here. Click. Ah, shit.
Dude,
I'm being honest with you. I'm
that's
being honest with you.
Like nigga, that's Black Dynamite. That's Bruce Lee. That is like that's a dude, right? That is a dude that is telling you without even saying the words, I'm about to beat the brakes off of all of y'all.
When he brings his crew out there, I was like, whoop, there we go. Royal Rumble time. Let's go.
The only thing
And
that beats that, Chris, to me, of locking the door, the only thing that beats that is opening the door and Batman staring at you. That's the only thing that's beat that.
I'm sorry, that is the best scene in that fucking History of Batwoman movie. When that guy who got beat up by Batman early in the movie all of a sudden, ah, shit, it's Batman.
yeah, he opens the door, Batman's there, closes the door. Hey, anything wrong?
Nope.
Smartest goon ever.
I mean,
he had the look on his face because he still had the shiner.
Like,
he still had the shiner from earlier in the movie. He's like,
yo, I like it because it wasn't one of those things like in the beginning of the Batman animated series when you see
it's just casual look over.
Yeah,
no,
when
it was just
it's that
Batman
scowl.
Like, huh? It
It's
wasn't no
that
scowl. It was
just a look. You just see Batman.
I'm just like, how my man opened the door and just froze like. No.
I want to go home and watch
man.
I want to go home to my wife and kid. I'm good.
Like, nah, man. Like, yo, opens the door, sees Batman. Ah, shit, the Marins are playing tonight. Hold up, let me close this door.
Oh, damn, man. What? The Rangers beating them niggas by 3? Shit, let me see that right now. Like, yo, why the fuck? Here's my thing. If you have to fight Batman one time, okay, you lost that. I already know you did. If you fight him the second time, I'm gonna be
You
real.
don't care about your life.
I'll be honest with you. If he paralyzes you, here's me. Well, you had that coming, nigga.
You really had that coming.
Hey, look, I say this quote all the time. Game is the game, dog. At that point, it's like,
what you want me to do about it?
No, the best part was before the gangsters came out was C's narration.
Oh man, that was great because that biker dude was like, ah, shit.
He was like, yo, all the bravery. He said all the bravery and stern and shit just escaped their souls. He says these guys knew that they walked into the wrong bar.
The only thing that was missing was when he locked it in and said, now you can't leave. And you just heard one guy like have a long fart. You know, a long nervous fart. That was like the only thing that was missing. Like, you gonna kill us.
And that fight literally,
that door locked, I'll be thinking to myself, okay, there's going to be a bat going upside my head. I hope I can take it.
Dude, I swear to God, that fight looked like the WCW World War III, where they just threw out the whole roster from WCW and they just beat the shit out of each other.
Wait, hey Chris,
The way they got thrown under these bikes, it looked like it was so lazy.
No. Wait. I gotta keep it on the inside of the fight. Chris, you mentioned that part, right? And then Goldberg comes in out of nowhere, jackhammers somebody, and somehow pins and wins.
Time out, D. I'm just saying it for full disclosure. Whenever Wrestle Corner comes back and we review some of these pay-per-views, we gotta talk about World War III. Because I swear to God, that was the most clusterfuck of a Royal Rumble I've ever seen.
Dog, you won't believe. Let me be honest with you. Especially when we review the bad ones. Oh my God, Chris. I don't know who is worse. WWE during the 2000s or WCW during the 90s. Holy shit, there's
WCW
bad stuff.
WCW without a doubt. WCW by a mile.
Because this fight in the bar is fucking hilarious. Like D said, there's a bat that just goes upside people's head. Homeboy is bear hugging the biker like, ah.
Man, that's my favorite one,
did y'all see? No, the best one. The best one was that freaking Satan's Angels. That's what was
Satan Angels.
Satan's Angels was when that one Satan's Angels grabbed the dude behind the bar and snatched his hairpiece off. He thought that was real hair for a second.
He ain't that nigga's toupee off, man.
That's
disrespectful.
No. See, give him credit. He did not think that was a toupee, even though it was terribly bad. It was a horrible toupee, horrible hairpiece. But you gotta think, these guys was passing through, coming in to make trouble. He figures, hey, I'm gonna snatch this guy by the hair and pull him over the bar. Nah, you snatched it with such force that you threw yourself back.
That whole, and then when it spills out, I love how that one biker's like, if I get to the bike, I'm there. And it was like, nah, dog, you got 10 fucking Italians coming on your ass. You ain't going nowhere.
Hey, no, dude, he really wasn't going nowhere. Especially
that was the best one, dude. That was the best one. The third one, you sure?
You sure?
I don't know. What was the one? No, because the one that Sid broke his leg was actually the good one.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
But dog, that dude, my man came crawling out there. They beat him up when he's trying to crawl towards the grocery store. Like, nah, nigga, you ain't going over there. They just stomp his ass out.
When he gets to the grocery store, first of all, him getting stomped out, and even C's boys came in and stomped him out, which made it even worse. But, you add insult to injury. One of them came in with that baseball bat and went to swinging. I'm like, yo, my man's came. No, dude. You didn't see that. No. We saw my man go full Negan on this nigga. He went swinging.
Gotta be honest with you. C's friend rolling in there is like that friend that rolls up late to a party. It's like, what the fuck you doing here, man? Why are you just joining in now? Like, where were you earlier?
I just like how they like, get him.
Like, the breaks off of those.
Oh man, that scene was great.
Gang mentality in this, man. Like, Jesus,
that's even so. Back to
wait, hold on, CJ. And how do you end it? You end it with this. Look at me. Like, the name is Sonny. I did this to you. Remember that. Back to what you were saying.
So back to Sonny. So Sonny's jacking up C about the bomb in his car and stuff. Now, we kind of saw this when C's friends, when they see Sonny, they back the car up and stuff. So we kind of saw that, like, Sonny's friends were the ones. I mean, C's friends were the ones that put that bomb in Sonny's car, because ultimately they don't fucking like Sonny at all. But the bomb didn't go off and stuff, because, you know, when Sonny checked the engine, it was like, yeah, thankfully that bomb didn't like work. So when he's jacking him up, he realized that C didn't do it, because C is like breaking down, like, dog, I swear to fucking God, I didn't do it, you know. I mean, and it's like, and I like how it was like Sonny really was like, oh shit, he really didn't do it. Damn, he's really breaking down.
It was also more so, not only did he confront him and went full mafia on him, my man was like, was there even a Jane to begin with? I was like, yo, you just gave me all that advice about a girl that I clearly told you I liked and who I'm trying to get with. You told me how to get her and everything, and now you're coming at me, you act like you don't believe that she even exists. This is where C was like, yo, fuck this nigga Sonny.
I mean, yeah.
You are officially on my shit list right now. So even when you try to come back to him, like I said earlier, if there's anything that I can give this movie is foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is a mother in this movie, because Robert De Niro said it to him, like his father Lorenzo said to him, he said, hey, as a bad man, he goes off of fear. That's what he lives off of. He wants people to fear him. I'm telling you, you can't trust him. Sure enough, he gets jacked up by C, and Sonny's not believing anything that C is telling him until he's like full, breakdown, crying and everything, like bawling out. And my man is like turned into a freaking puddle at this point, because
I mean,
he genuinely did not do anything. My man was totally innocent. He lets him go. And then, yeah, that's when we get that back and forth between Lorenzo and C. He was like, hey, what you say to my son? And I'll be real. Lorenzo, I really would believe Lorenzo would be that type of dude that would murder a made man for doing anything to his son.
And I think it was amazing too. It's like after that's when Jane and C more or less they kind of make up so to speak, and stuff. You know,
which
and
was
that.
kind of abrupt, like how that happened. But thank God for the exposition.
I mean, to be honest and stuff, I'm glad that they didn't like linger that shit to the end of the movie and stuff. But I glad the thing of it is, it was funny that she was like, "Yeah, my brother told me it wasn't you. It's just he was angry at that moment." Which I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense. He's angry. He thinks."
Like I said, thank God for the exposition.
But what was interesting too is that like at that moment when they're talking, C was like, "Oh shit, they're gonna firebomb your boy's shops and stuff. We gotta get the fuck over there and stuff." And I gotta say, this is the perfect scene of poetic justice. I laughed. I fucking laughed.
I know you laughed. Hold on.
I'm like,
hold on. I want to talk about the build up to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he didn't, he didn't want to listen. C didn't want to listen to his father anymore. He definitely did not want to. He didn't want to hear nothing that Sonny had to say after he pretty much prove how much he doesn't even trust him, no matter how much he likes him and respects him and tries to teach him his ways. He still doesn't even trust this kid. So he didn't want nothing to do with neither one of them. Goes off on his own and gets pulled into the car with his boys, and he knows for a fact that he shouldn't even be in this car. And then you got, especially when you got your boy sitting to your right being the dumbass that he is, my man pulled out the freaking cart of freaking cocktails, the Molotov cocktails, and what does he do? Lights up a damn cigarette.
Not even that. And see, that. But actually, you know what, Eris, you're right. That tells you everything about the situation that you're in. You're in there with a bunch of dumbasses. Holy shit, Sonny and my dad was right.
Yeah. And the thing of it is too,
are idiots.
And it was fucking so when they're rolling up in there and then you turn around and they throw the Molotov cocktails in there. Again, haven't seen the movie in a while, so I didn't know how it was going to end and stuff. I'm thinking it's going to end in some tragedy or whatever. And then when that one dude just rolls the bottle in there, which I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? And I was
hold on, cue. I was just going to say, cue the JonTron. But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Like to me personally, what I think that you would think was doing, oh yeah, I'm just gonna roll fucking in there. It's gonna go like a bowling ball. Plow, niggas all on fire. That's what I think.
And I like how that one black dude was like, oh, this shit didn't go in there. Let me go on ahead and pull my best Olympic shot put fucking throw. Flaunts that shit.
And the second he did throw that, here's D. Lift every voice and sing.
Man, I'll tell you what, if I'm one of those dudes, I would have combat rolled out of that backseat with the equipment like fire. Nope.
Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. I got both of y'all. See, while that was you two, here's me. Multi-kill.
Man.
Yo.
This is that move that you do. This is that move that you do in Call of Duty when the grenade gets thrown your way and you hit L2 to pick up the grenade and throw it back.
It's a grenade.
The only thing I give COD is the sound effects because you hear that thing, clink, 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 grenade.
This was this shit was
Eris, and all of a sudden you hear it.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious because
niggas I killed.
My man launched that shit in there with precision, and they're all like trying to put it out and stuff. And I'm like, first off, why the fuck did you have the bottles in the front seat, dude? What were you thinking?
Real. You knew when it was over. Do you know when it was officially over?
When he kicked him over?
No, it was over the second you got that shot and you saw the flames hit the roof. I'm like, all y'all niggas are done.
Nobody combat rolled nothing.
Ain't nobody coming out of that.
Here's what made it dumb. First of all, they were dumb to begin with. You roll in with one gun and you do a drive-by. That's number one. Number one, you do a drive-by shooting at them. Number two, you start grabbing shit in front of their own shop to throw through the window. Number three, you take number three, you actually brought too many damn cocktails because you remember there was a set in the front seat and a set in the back seat.
You brought planning to go around the corner? What the
seriously? Fuck? Were y'all better yet? Were y'all trying to circle the block or something? I mean, what were y'all doing? You brought too many cocktails. Third of all, you only threw like what out of the 12 you brought, you only threw what
like 4.
Yeah, 4, 5. Like less than 5. So what are we gonna do with the rest of them?
Eris, I have an answer for all that. You loaded up for a mission on GTA just to die 5 seconds in.
All you had to do, CJ, was shoot.
All you had to do was follow the
all
damn
you
train.
all you had to do was throw the damn cocktail.
Side note: if you guys follow Prim on IG, apparently some guys did a GTA thing with Smoke and CJ, and they're doing the fingers like this and shit throughout the whole video. I fucking laugh only because I low key felt that they kind of bit off of D when he was doing that whole fucking. I was like, come
I
on, man!
got that.
When
I
D did that shit,
actually
I
got that.
laughed.
I actually got that from God, it was somebody. It wasn't. It was somebody. God, was it Batch? Wow, I don't know. It was. This was like in 2010 when he was acting like GTA, and when it was running just like this, and they opened up the door just like that. So that's where I got that from.
Yo, when D did that shit, I was like, "Oh my god!" Look, I had Vietnam flashbacks to the fucking DDR game they had in there when he was dancing on the beach, like, "Hey, hey, hey,
Mhm. That's my favorite one.
do."
That was my favorite
What
one.
you got to say? I'm like, you are offbeat as fuck.
No, the
Nah,
best.
nah. The one. Mhm.
No, the best one that I'll say, yeah, the best one that I saw from GTA was when you had to do that shit in the club. When you do that shit in the
Nah.
nightclub is even best because you get to see CJ do the running man and it's so offbeat.
And I thought to myself that this thing was going to give me extra credit. No, it doesn't. Doing the fucking lowrider shit doesn't give you extra money. No, it doesn't. I sat there and did it. Look, I did that a bunch of times, and I was like, "How much you make out of that, dude? $2,000." In GTA, that's nothing.
God,
So
and it's
yeah.
and here's the thing too. It literally, again, as soon as those guys got burnt up and stuff, and then they finally make it there, it almost turned into like the end of Do the Right Thing and stuff. Because them black people looking at fucking see like, yo, what the fuck is this damn white dude doing in our fucking neighborhood? Get the fuck
Yo,
out of
No,
here!
no,
Chris,
Oh
hey
shit!
best,
Chris.
no, the best insult out of all of them was they was white, now they burnt.
No. I love. Let me get. Here's something about a New York accent coming out of a black person that is
Crispy
always hilarious.
motherfuckers.
There's always yeah. It wasn't that way. It was the other like get the fuck out of here. When you hear a black person inflect that New York and they say get the fuck out of here, I'm like, yo, that nigga's gonna shoot y'all.
When she
He
the
has a
fact they
gun.
and they straight heel turn on Jane and her brother like, oh yeah, y'all too as well. I was like, god damn. Like,
You sucking that white boy dick, ain't you? You a lame bitch anyway. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, it's kind of interesting, and of course, a white movie would not address this, but that's where the division of interracial relationships come from. The neighborhood. It always did. When you get a group of black dudes together and we see you with a white dude, oh, we gonna go on your ass. It doesn't
mm,
even matter. Like y'all got white girlfriends. Shut the fuck up, bitch. We talking about you. so so I think that it's like yo, I understand it. I understand Tanisha. That's why you don't want to go back to the hood because they didn't respect your white boyfriend. I
Like your
understand that.
choices.
They didn't
what
respect your
you doing with
choices.
Shaggy from Scooby Doo, bitch? It's like, whoa,
Now
whoa there, buddy.
my favorite one. So let me get this straight. So all these fat niggas in the hood, but you want Peter Griffin. Okay.
Let me
No, it's
tell you
all right,
something.
bitch. It's
The
all
one
no, no,
time,
no, 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 no. All of a sudden, because this is, and I always say bitch on here because it's my show. I can say whatever the fuck I want. But in real life, dudes will talk to you cordial. But when we get on our nerves, like, yeah, nah, you good, bitch. Yeah, I said bitch. I said yeah. That's how I felt.
that
Oh my god.
toxic black male masculinity.
It feels good, doesn't it? Let me tell
Ah.
you something. Let me tell 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 you something. I understand
Sir,
how
sir, sir,
damaged.
sir. First off, when you say like tell you something, you gotta do the two fingers. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something. For real. Like black women, y'all gonna have to let black dudes do that every now and then. That's like telling an Italian guy not to go. Oh, you gotta let us just be for just a little bit. It ain't for a long time. Trust me. we're not going to band together and make a clan and start going everywhere because we're the white people and black, we're the white people minorities. So
Because I gotta be real, if I was with a white chick and I had to hear a bunch of black women in my earshot sitting up there saying, "What the fuck you doing with that white bitch?" I'll just sit there and turn around, smile like, "Hey, how's it going, ladies?"
hi, proud sister. You got to put a black mouth.
I wouldn't even say all. No, seriously,
Black Lives Matter.
I wouldn't even have that many words. I would use I try to use the least amount of words possible and still get the point across. And how do I do
Yeah.
that? And no. How do I do that? Turn around, stone face, look at him dead in the eye, hold up the black power fist, and go right on.
It's like my sister.
Like I think the worst thing you could do is defend. I really think that's the worst
like,
you could do.
see, if you defend, that's what makes you look guilty. If you don't defend it, it's like, all right, I respect it. That's who you want to be with. Cool. I respect you, sir. I respect it. All right, cool.
I mean, like I said, plain as day. I just look dead at him and just go right on.
Yeah, cool. And now, granted, yes, at the end of the day, we as black people, black men and women, we ultimately don't give a shit. Date who you love. But we will throw shade at your ass.
Oh yeah,
we will. We will throw
Put
shade.
it this way. Put it this way. I have no problem with him because he's actually taking his lumps like a fucking man.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think he's still hitting that right, but you know what? I have to respect that. Serena Williams' husband, like he's taking his fucking white boy lumps like a man. Like,
He gets it at family barbecues.
Okay. I can't dance.
I can't do the WAP. My bad.
But you know
his ultimate comeback is, hey, I shot my shot and won.
See, that gets you kicked out the fucking barbecue saying that shit.
That does, because you can't flex too hard on black news. Like,
yeah, you can't do that.
Because it's like this.
What? You want him to? What? You want him to say, "Hey, y'all had a chance to shoot your shot."
No, it ain't that. It's more of like, yeah, I shot my shot. You know what I mean? Here's all the black dudes. She was fucking black dudes a long time before she came in.
Exactly. It's like there's a layer where it's like, all right, there's a line, don't cross.
All right. He's like, all right, Tristan, I understand where you're going with this. I need you to chill right now.
Hey, look, Tayron, let me tell you something. Let's make things abundantly
clear. When you said little Aries, you said Tyrone.
No, that's an actual black name, Tayron. Look, Tayron.
No. The fact that his name is Tyrone and he went for Tayron, it's like,
hey, time out. When you said that, Sue, it reminds me of that meme of that fucking geeky white kid turning around and pointing his finger like this.
Hey. Here's my thing. All right, to all the white guys that listen to this that go out for black women, I mean that. I really truly mean that. For black people, for at least black men that got fucking head on their shoulders, we don't care, but please don't disrespect black women.
Oh no,
I mean that on two different levels. I mean that on a no duh level, and the number two level of don't let her, she will kill you.
I mean, real talk. When I was in Cali, I dated this chick that was Hispanic, and I met her family and stuff. And their family were like giving me shit, but they act as though I don't know Spanish. And I'm like, I know what you guys are talking about. I'm not stupid. All right, fine, whatever. I know the deal.
See, y'all need to see. Look. See. I always wanted to go out with a Latina girl, and I never did. Never had a chance. I never talked to them. I never got the chance to talk.
I mean, I'm not saying it's all Latin women, but I was just kind of shocked. I'm like, we're 2 months in, and you introduced me to your family.
That's usually how it goes. CJ.
I mean, I was like, that was quick. I was like, I didn't expect that, but okay.
Like Chris, let me just tell you, that's usually how it goes.
That's usually how it goes, bro. And okay, we gotta wrap.
Yeah. But anyway, so when he's leaving, he's running back to Sonny to the bar and stuff. And at this point, we get the full circle because as he's going to Sonny, he's trying to tell him, "Hey, dude, you saved my life. I was in that car." As he's going to the bar, he looks over and he sees.
You can tell at this part, this was written for a one-man show.
Yeah,
because all of it was very descriptive. He said, "Notice he said
everybody's happy, but this one kid, this one person."
Yeah, I mean, all right. Two things.
My man was on a mission.
Oh,
Number one, he was going to be there regardless. So I'm not saying that security fucked up by letting him in. No. Number two, though, is So nobody was behind Sonny saying, "Yo, Sonny, look out." Hey, who that young? Nobody was looking out for Sonny,
There was a
and that
crowded bar.
uh-huh. And
Well,
nobody looked at nobody. But here's the funny thing about that. Notice when after all that happened, C mentioned nobody's here. Sonny was right.
I
No, no, no,
mean,
no,
Like,
no, wait, hold on,
wow.
wait. I got you. See here, no. What happened was the dude. I mean, dude shows up and gets probably the easiest layup of assassinating a boss ever. He just
Man,
rolls up on him and takes a shot. And hold on, hear me out.
Hitman would never.
Well, hold on. Agent
No
47.
misses.
I
Agent
don't know. You know what it reminded me of? You
of
know,
it's easy. But no, but hear me out, guys. Hear me out on this. Sonny would have never got assassinated if C wasn't there.
you
Wait,
know what's
Now, hold on. I'm going to go game theory
wait,
on you
what?
guys. I'm going game theory. You want to know why? C comes in the room. I mean, he gets into the bar. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get to Sonny. Everybody's like, "Hey, it's C. Come on in. Come on in. Come on
Oh,
in." Everybody is so distracted trying to wave this dude down, trying to get him in, that they don't see that you have a potential assassin coming in from the side and just pops one
I'm,
shot
I'm
on.
gonna be honest with you. It reminded me of the end of Malcolm X when that motherfucker said, "Get your hand in my pocket," and then Malcolm X get blasted. I was like, "God damn!" Like, yo,
didn't see he didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming.
Well, he
Dude,
always
6 feet away from his family. Didn't
he
see this
always
shit coming.
assumed, but he always did assume that somebody would kill him anyway.
but we found
Yeah,
out that the
in
guy
the
that
mob, you have to. You
but we
have to
found out the
always
guy
do.
that
Or
killed
was we talking
Sonny.
about Malcolm X?
No, I'm
I'm
talking about
sorry.
Well,
Malcolm.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm about to say.
yeah. But with Sonny though, we found out that the guy that shot him was the son of the guy that Sonny killed at the beginning of the movie and stuff. Which that's to be expected. Revenge is going to come in some way, shape, or form,
because
right?
because dude, holy crap, did that take a turn? I
And
mean,
I like how they immediately tackled his ass after that happened. Like, no, get this motherfucker.
like get him. He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't leaving out the door. Nope, not today.
Like you came in, like hey, you came in to accomplish a mission. All we got to say is hope it was worth it because this work that you about to catch right now is gonna be something else.
Now,
No, with like well, what happened where like once Sonny gets killed and he really did try to warn him. I mean, you see the slow motion no from C, and you just hear the shot go off, dude. You just gotta imagine your entire world like literally shattering right there in front of you. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy saved your life, and even though technically he saved your life, and you were still mad at him, that's that makes that you really got to feel like shit at that point.
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
have.
and
It's unfortunate too. It's
and I like
unfortunate. Man.
Yeah, and I like when you get to the funeral and stuff, everybody's paying their respects and stuff. And there's a lot of heavy emphasis on the whole Catholic faith too, as well, and stuff. Because see, when he's a kid, he's getting Hail Marys at the church and stuff because of whether it was right for him to not snitch and all that stuff. And it's a
I like
funny
how
moment
I
where he was
love
like,
that.
"Yeah, do
I
you know the
love
fifth
that.
son?" And he's like, "Yeah, the fifth, the plea the fifth is blah blah blah." He's like, "No, no, 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 son, the fifth commandment.
No, smart motherfucker.
It's the fifth
Like,
commandment."
how y'all not kill? Like, so what you want me to not say anything about the guy getting killed? And you know something? If the cops played their part and played it well, they could have been like, "Hey, let's watch this kid for a little bit. Oh, he's Catholic, so he's gonna go confess."
Doesn't work that way.
I
Can't
know
do
it
that.
doesn't.
Yeah,
I know it doesn't. I know it
yeah,
doesn't.
Oh, hold on, Harris. It's the '60s though, so get away with it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They would have got away with that because they could have been like, "Hey, look, go in there." Because right there, when the like when priest tells him, "Wait, wait, back up. What was the other thing you said?" No, 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 no. The other thing before that,
before that, yeah.
dude. Right there, that could have been an undercover cop.
Yeah, and I think what was great about it, so we get to the funeral, and there's a lot of people paying respect.
One more thing, CJ. Okay, so well, I'm just gonna be honest. Your big guy upstairs, he might be, he might be big, but he's not as dangerous as my big guy down here.
Got a point
I
there,
get
son.
it.
Got a
He's
point.
like, got it. Mafia. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Now what's great about it is that the scene, everybody's dispersing out, and C is paying his respects, and who visits? Carmine, played by Joe Pesci. We finally see him and stuff, and C doesn't recognize him and stuff. He's like, "You don't remember me, kid, huh?" Yeah, and he sees a scar, and he's like,
He was like,
"Yeah."
10 years ago, this right here. Oh shoot, that was you that got hit with the baseball bat. So he asked Carmine. So tell me, was that really was that really over a parking ticket? You see the seriousness in Joe Pesci's face. No,
No.
he just simply says no.
And I like how he's like, and it's so great too because see, he's telling, Carmine's telling C, hey, if you need any help, you can come by the bar. And C is like, you know what? I'm taking a break from the bar for a while. I'm just gonna do off. And I like how Carmine understands, like, you know what? I understand. I get it. It's fine. But
But kid, real talk. I
come
owe
by the
you.
bar if you need help.
I owe you something.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything.
Cause yeah,
Because
because
like
yeah.
Sonny told me what you did for him and for everybody. Basically, Sonny told Carmine about the kid about C not snitching.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, hey, guess what? You also in somebody else's pocket. You
Mhm.
Yeah,
gained a
and
friend.
see that's how it's weird how the mafia draws in people like that. Like they're either in a vulnerable spot, or hey, I owe you one. Which some mafias, what we see, at least in the movies, what we see is like, man, for the most part, it's fair. But then sometimes it's like, yo, you're there to ruin their life because you see an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but I think in this case, it's like, hey, if you got like, hey, rent money, something, bro, holla at me. I got you.
I mean,
That's really what that was. But also at the same time, I think what Seesaw was, no, if I say yes or go, I'm just starting this whole cycle again.
it's like yeah,
I'm done.
it's like
I'm
it's only a
done.
matter. Like it'll be only a matter of time before somebody comes after you, Carmine. And you ain't got Sonny there to freaking kill the guy for you.
Or am I, or and just real talk. At this point, he got to think: am I going to be a victim of that shit? Am I going to be somebody caught in the middle of that of your fucking mess?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, because it's sad. Because at the end of the day, what killed Sonny was you getting him out of trouble.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah,
like, yo, if he went with the jail and all that, that kid would have never came back for that money. And real talk, Sonny would have did his 10 years and got out.
he
Yeah.
would. He
Yeah.
he still would have been fine.
He would have been fine. He would have been fine. They probably would have got like, oh, we couldn't prove that you killed him, but you're gonna do time, Sonny. It probably would have been something like that. But who knows? It just shit. It is a it's an excellent story when you really look at it. It's one of those
Yeah.
things that are very believable,
But I
very
like how,
believable.
but I
Have a
like
whole lot of heart to it. So yeah, you believe all of this shit. It's
but I thought it was
yeah, it is a
cool
Bronx
because,
tale.
but I mean, we we mentioned it too multiple times, like how Lorenzo thanked, he's thanking Sonny for saving his kid's life and stuff. And like I said at the beginning, he admits like straight up, like I never hated him, and again, I just didn't like the
No,
fact that he made him grow up so quickly, and stuff. But it's C basically saying, hey, I had essentially two fathers teaching me life lessons and stuff, two mentors.
and I liked how he said no one cares, and the whole time C is looking at everybody like no one cares. And then my dad, the one person that has a right to be fucking mad at Sonny, is like, hey yo, bruh, you taught my son, you protected my son. Sucks. You a waste of potential. God
It's like
rest your soul, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I never hated you.
here's the funny thing. He's like, I never hated you, and it's something that my dad learned from my granddad, and I learned from my dad. Is like that, that right there, that shit right there. Respect,
Yeah.
respect on both ends. Like, yeah, yeah, I know this, but I know if you weren't there for my son, he probably would have not learned this. He probably would have not learned that. So while yeah, we didn't get along, I didn't fucking hate you. You didn't deserve to go out like that. Be with God, dog.
and
Be with God, homie.
and then
You know that's how it is. It's rough. Ooh, it's rough.
it's definitely rough, but I really felt C when he was looking around during the funeral and like outside of the few people that came to pay their respects, nigga, everybody was acting like they was still at the damn bar.
Yeah.
Which, or I can see two sides of that because a part of me is like, if if you really care for somebody, like you're not crying like I am, or the flip side, hey, Sonny wanted us to be all happy at his funeral. It's one of the two.
It is one of the two, but at the end of the day, like when everybody else who clearly didn't give a shit, they was just there because they probably got dragged there. Like C
Mm-hmm.
was the only one who actually sat there until Jerry.
Emoted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sat there the whole time until Jerry came in and said, "Hey, sorry, C, but we gotta close up shop tonight, son.
Yeah.
So can I just get a few more minutes with him, please?" All right, kid, go ahead.
Hey
Yeah,
man, you lose a fucking father figure. Yeah, oh yeah.
but I
You
like
miss
it
that for a
just.
while, man.
But I like it just ends on the the note of C recognizing he had two mentors that helped him out in his life, and that's the end of the movie and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a good
There's
movie and stuff.
yeah.
What's funny? So that whole scene with the bikers, right? They actually got the Hell's Angel president at the time, Chuck Zito, to cast those bikers. Those were actual bikers from the Hell's Angels that were in that scene.
Authenticity.
So
I love it.
yeah, I'm fine with that, but at the same time, so niggas that were on the FBI wanted list.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, people forget that shit. Hell's Angels were on the
I'm just
FBI.
saying. Meanwhile, C Murder can't even think about rapping again.
As soon as he does that song, fuck them other niggas. Like, oh shit, get a fucking
Oh,
get them on them, and it's like, ah,
we
damn,
got him.
we
He's
got him.
confessing. He was gonna fuck those other niggers. That sounds like a confession to me.
Sounds like a confession and stuff. But what's also interesting is that it ends
Wait a
with,
minute, he's the nigger on the tank with the big fucking balls. That sounds like probable cause. Yes.
well, it's interesting too because C when he's paying his respects to Sonny, he says that whole line of wasted talent.
Yeah, it's funny. That's another thing. It's funny how certain sayings your parents probably said to you, certain little like mottos and fucking affirmations for you to remember. It's funny how they come up in teenage and in your 20s where it hits you like a sack of bricks. Like, oh, this is what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah,
And wasted potential. He saw it not only just with Sonny, but he saw it with his friends too,
yeah.
who all Little Wayne themselves in the foot. I couldn't. I was trying to think of sabotage themselves. I was trying to be funny with it.
I mean, them trying to kill Sonny, and it's like, so you kill Sonny. Did you really think you were going to come out of that like taking over after that? Like, what the fuck were you guys thinking?
like that's what I'm saying. Just wasted potential, wasted all that. And it's funny. There's a line that's said by both of the guys that are true. They don't offset each other because they're both true. DeNiro says, and I truly believe that. No, 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 that's not fucking tough. Pulling the trigger is not fucking tough.
Yeah,
Waking up, going to work every day is tough. Providing for somebody the legal way is tough. Doing all that, no, that's tough, motherfucker. Having a goddamn job, having the world beat you up every day, and you getting up and still working and saying fuck you, that's tough.
He's like,
Flip side,
he's like
and
you
I'm
point,
with Sonny.
you point the gun at that guy. You tell me who's the tough guy.
Yeah, I'm with him, and De Niro tell the truth. Football, I'm with Sonny on this one. No, the working man's an idiot. I can't fight that.
congratulations,
I
you played
can't.
yourself. So have fun.
I can't fight. Both of them are right, but that's the thing. That's how life is. You gotta find balance. You gotta find balance in it. And the whole time when you're looking at it, you're seeing C trying to find that balance because he's not trying to be all the way bad, but at the same time, I want to fuck around. So you're trying to find something you can. And at the end of the day, if you're not going to find balance, you have to pick a side. And you saw that the whole time. C didn't want to pick a side. He just wanted to be on this side. I want to be outside. I want to do this. I want to do this. And it
Have it both sides,
always been in
both ways.
balance. Yep. The one other thing before we get out, and we forgot to mention this. Did y'all mention the test?
Yes. So the test.
I was gonna mention that too.
C got two tests and stuff. One from his knucklehead friends, where it was basically roll up to a truck and beep your horn, and then try to force the chick down between your legs. I was like, dear God, dude! Like
Wait a
Like,
minute. They
like
did.
actually no, like the way that he stated that the Mario test, by the way, like if she keeps her head down there, she ain't for you, man. She's for the streets.
I mean, that sounded like the same shit like the shit in fucking Office Space. And he was like, yeah, I fucked her and she saw my old face. Oh, oh, oh. I'm like, dog,
That's okay,
it was like,
but
yo, what the fuck?
the thing I like is this. When I hear that, here's me. So every girl in your neighborhood is just a hoe, huh? You just throw her
Even
head down there. What?
even the two chicks they was trying to holler at from across the street, like even he was like, nah, like they ain't the one anyway.
Gotta be real. I find it funny that I'm kind of glad that the movies got away from that. Well, I don't know. It probably is the era of that's how a lot of the Italian women were dressing because it's like, don't do it for me like that. It really don't. It's like,
What the Dusty Springfield didn't do it for you?
Nah, it really did. It really didn't do it and stuff. You know, it's like
Yo,
ah.
I like all those
I mean, look, how you
beehives and all
look?
of that
First of
stuff.
all,
That one
come on,
chick with the
like,
rack
come
was
on, like
nice, but
CJ, come on, man. How you gonna sit there and give both Maries that shade?
that's fucked up. That's terrible, sir.
Marie's.
Oh my god, that's good. But I like that. I like the other test. The other test was this is what you do. You lock the doors. You lock the doors before you get out. You let her in. You let her in on her side. If she unlocks your door before you get there, she's the one. If not, dump her. Here's me. He's right and he's so wrong. He
Mm-hmm.
is right, but he is so wrong. Because if I did that test with my wife, I would not be married right now. I had to wait a date or two before Angie did that for me. and, and I'm talking, look, if anybody knows, my wife gives me dinner. Yeah, she serves me dinner. And everybody's like, everybody acts
Well, you
like
know, I'll be
that,
real.
yo.
I'm gonna put a
So
button. I put a button on that whole thing because I've always see that conversation on Twitter, and I'm just sitting back like, why is this a conversation?
like,
Like for
yeah, you serve your nigga
Me
food. You
personally,
respect him.
that's the thing. Like me personally, I'm one of those people like I can get my own plate, right? But if a chick just sits there and obliges to give me a plate, I'm like, all right, cool, fine, whatever.
What I had to learn,
I didn't ask you to, but I'll take it.
yeah, I had to learn. No, I didn't ask you. You did that at the kindness of your heart. And what I
Yeah,
learned is that you have to reciprocate it back in some type of way.
yeah.
It's called balance. It's called acting like treating each other like human beings. But whatever. The point is,
It's
so with
called the
that being
Thanos
said,
prerogative.
with that
Balance.
being
Pass it
said,
on
with that being said, though,
first.
Chris, I agree with Sunny, and also on the other side, I agree with Sunny because she don't open your door. She ain't the one for you. She's selfish. Here's me. He's right.
Almost
He's
like
right.
fucking
He's right.
boy.
I can't deny this.
I mean,
He's actually right.
he didn't say that in Castlevania, but it's like that. If she's a breathe, she's a thought. The one that Dracula fought, that the girl that Dracula had a relationship with and stuff. And I was like, God damn, y'all really hating on Dracula getting home, hooking up with old girl? I'm like, all right, man, y'all haters. I'm just saying. It's like, you know, just saying. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I enjoyed this movie wholeheartedly a lot and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I did, man.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I'm glad DeNiro only directed 2 movies, so he didn't really burn himself out
He did.
afterwards.
He did.
Like,
He
it was like,
did.
all right,
What a, he's done more producing than he actually done directing. I think it's just one of the things where he's like, yeah, this is probably not my avenue,
De
or it's
Niro.
just way too much work for him.
Look, De Niro did the War of Grandpa. Yikes! Yikes!
They pushing that movie hard right now.
No, I reviewed that movie for 3BG. It's a
they
it's
are pushing
it's
that
a
movie
forgettable movie. I
hard,
was
baby.
like, De Niro is literally like Sam Jackson. He ain't gonna say no. He'll
He
do
ain't
it.
gonna say no. No, he's not.
So But anyways, I think the last movie of this month is
Casino.
Casino. It's the
Casino,
magnum
and
opus.
yep, and that's gonna be another long one, and we're gonna be going all over the place on that one. But we gonna finally do. I can't wait because there's so many quotable lines, all the rest of that, and we're gonna get into. And also, much like Goodfellas, we're gonna talk about what happened in real life and
I
all the
gotta be
rest of that.
honest with you. I would say Casino to me had a more somber ending compared to Goodfellas to me.
I think the only reason why is because that's the way it ended in real life.
Yeah.
When Sam at the end of the movie said, "That's it,"
It's like,
gotta be honest with
that.
you, it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to that story.
Big ass
That's it.
1980s glasses.
It is kind. It is kind of funny because you see the end of that, but you see the end of Goodfellas. The end of Goodfellas was perfect too because I gotta live the rest of my days like a schmuck, and you just see that clip of Tommy
Noodles
shooting at
ketchup.
you see that shot of Tony, but not Tony,
Tommy.
Tommy shooting at him, and it's just like, yeah, a wise guy like that can show up anytime, but you living your life as a
Actually,
rat.
wait,
Wow.
wait. Well, it's not just that. Even though, yeah, that's kind of a thing. If there's anything I can say real quick before we end it, um, and I wish I had mentioned this on our Goodfellas podcast, but anyway, that shot of Tommy doing the shooting or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many ways that the audience is supposed to take it, and even
Like if Tommy was alive, he probably would have killed him and all that
it's
shit.
that one. It's that one, but it's also Scorsese giving a nod to a old, like super old, like gangster movie from like the 30s or the 40s, where the dude, like where this gangster actually does the same thing, where he shoots. shoots his gun at the audience.
Yeah.
That was actually a nod to that old movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of people kind of interpret it as, oh, if Tommy was alive, he probably would have showed up and he would have tracked Henry down and he would have killed him.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. But yeah, at any rate and stuff, that is A Bronx Tale. And we'll see you next time as we do Casino. Peace.
Hey, where all the black people? I was
Where
gonna say,
the black people at?
where all the
Oh.
black chicks at? Oh.